Little House on the Prairie is a reminder of when things were simpler for us in our lives those 45 years ago.
Why did Melissa Gilbert stay quiet for so many years about Dean Butler, and what finally pushed her to speak out now? What she has revealed recently has taken many people by surprise, even her most loyal fans, and especially those who grew up believing in the perfect love story of Laura and Almanzo, never expected this. Was Dean really the love of her life? Was their connection genuine, or simply something created for television? And what truth had she been holding on to for decades? Once you hear what she has finally shared, it may completely change how you see one of TV's most iconic romances. For anyone who grew up watching Little House on the Prairie, Melissa Gilbert is unforgettable. She became a household name through her role as Laura Ingalls, and for many viewers, her on-screen relationship with Dean Butler was one of the most memorable parts of the series. The show followed the Ingalls family living a modest life in the countryside, where they faced challenges like harsh weather, illness, and financial struggles, yet always leaned on love, unity, and resilience. At the center of it all was Laura, a bright and curious girl whose journey from childhood to adulthood captured hearts everywhere. Melissa started playing this role at a very young age, and over time, audiences felt like they were growing alongside her, watching her experience life's ups and downs. As the story evolved, Laura's life took a romantic turn with the arrival of Almanzo Wilder, played by Dean Butler. From the moment he appeared on screen, viewers noticed his calm presence and natural charm, and when Laura and Almanzo's paths crossed, their connection felt incredibly real. Fans didn't just watch their love story, they believed in it. Their chemistry seemed so natural that many people assumed there must be something happening off-screen too. Since this was a time before social media, there were no behind-the-scenes glimpses to confirm or deny those suspicions. That mystery only made their story feel more magical, leaving fans to imagine what might be happening beyond the cameras. Interestingly, both Melissa and Dean chose to remain silent about their relationship for years, never confirming nor denying any rumors, which only fueled curiosity even more. Their on-screen romance became one of the emotional cores of the show, drawing viewers in week after week, not just for the prairie lifestyle, but for the love story that unfolded. However, as time passed, questions never really went away. People continued to wonder what the truth was behind that seemingly perfect connection. What was really going on between them when the cameras weren't rolling, and why did they never fully address it? To understand that, it's important to look at Melissa Gilbert's life beyond the prairie. Long before she became Laura Ingalls, she was a young girl born in Los Angeles in 1964 and adopted into a family connected to the entertainment industry. From an early age, she was surrounded by cameras, auditions, and the world of acting, which quickly became a normal part of her life. By the time she was a child, she had already begun appearing in commercials and small roles, gaining attention for her natural talent and expressive performances. Her big break came when she auditioned for Little House on the Prairie, a role that would define her career. A key influence in her early life was Michael Landon, who played her father on the show and became a guiding figure off-screen as well. He supported her through personal challenges and helped her navigate the pressures of fame, especially during difficult moments in her childhood. Growing up in front of millions wasn't easy, and as Melissa entered her teenage years, she began struggling with questions about her identity. The line between her real self and her on-screen character started to blur, making it harder for her to figure out who she truly was. When Dean Butler joined the cast, Melissa was still very young and inexperienced when it came to relationships. While audiences saw a beautiful love story, she was dealing with confusion and discomfort behind the scenes. Acting out romantic scenes at such a young age felt awkward and overwhelming, even though Dean remained respectful and professional throughout. The age difference added another layer of complexity, making those scenes even more challenging for her to navigate emotionally. At the same time, she was dealing with the expectations of fans who believed the romance was real and constantly questioned her about it. Off-screen, she was just a teenager trying to understand life, while on-screen she had to portray a mature love story convincingly. This contrast created a sense of pressure and emotional conflict that few people truly understood. As she grew older, Melissa also faced the harsh standards of Hollywood, where appearance often became just as important as talent. She felt the pressure to transform her image, leading to decisions like cosmetic surgery, which she later spoke about openly. Over time, however, she began to move away from those expectations, choosing instead to embrace her natural self and speak out against unrealistic beauty standards. This shift marked a turning point in her life as she focused more on authenticity and self-acceptance. Eventually, in her memoir, Melissa finally addressed the long-standing questions about Dean Butler. She revealed that their relationship was never romantic in real life. Despite the powerful chemistry audiences saw on screen, it was the result of dedication and strong acting rather than genuine romantic feelings. She described Dean as kind, respectful, and supportive, more like a friend or even an older brother figure. During that time, her real-life emotions were directed elsewhere, including her well-known relationship with Rob Lowe. Dean Butler also shared that he was always aware of the situation and made a conscious effort to maintain professionalism and respect, especially given Melissa's age. Together, they worked hard to create a believable love story that resonated deeply with viewers. Even after the show ended, rumors continued, with many fans still hoping there had been something more between them. But Melissa consistently clarified that it was simply acting, very convincing acting. Years later, when they reunited for interviews and special appearances, their connection remained warm, but it was rooted in friendship and shared history rather than romance. Melissa has often expressed gratitude for the role Dean played during that period of her life, describing him as a steady and supportive presence during a confusing time. Their bond, built on trust and mutual respect, turned out to be something meaningful in its own way. After Little House on the Prairie came to an end, Melissa faced the challenge of moving beyond the role that had defined her for so long. Like many child actors, she struggled to break free from the image audiences had of her. She pursued new roles in television, film, and theater, determined to prove her range as an actress. Her personal life included high-profile relationships, marriage, and motherhood, along with challenges that she later spoke about openly, including struggles with self-doubt and addiction. Over time, she shifted her focus toward writing and sharing her experiences, offering a more honest look at her journey. In recent years, she has embraced a quieter lifestyle, stepping away from the pressures of Hollywood and focusing on personal fulfillment. Her later work, including her memoirs, reflects this transformation, highlighting themes of healing, simplicity, and self-discovery. Today, Melissa Gilbert is no longer just remembered as Laura Ingalls. She is seen as someone who has lived through the highs and lows of fame and come out with a deeper sense of self. Her story is not about a hidden romance or a dramatic secret, but about growth, honesty, and resilience. While the love story between Laura and Almanzo may not have been real off-screen, the impact it had on audiences remains genuine. And perhaps that's what truly matters: the emotions it created, the memories it left behind, and the reminder that sometimes, even when something isn't real, it can still feel incredibly meaningful.